in one that's being touted by the media, August 23rd, 2018, it appears to show Epstein, former Obama White House counsel Kathy Rumler, who I mentioned, discussing Michael Cohen and the payments to Stormy Daniels. And you hear Epstein saying, you see, I know how dirty Donald is. My guess is that non-lawyers, New York business people have no idea what it means to have your fixer flip. I know how dirty Donald is. And the media's running with this. It's like, okay, once again, if Epstein said anything to Michael Wolff about Donald Trump and there's 100 hours of it on tape, you don't think Michael Wolff would have dropped that on the Halloween surprise he did 6 days before the last election? That's such bullshit. Like, nothing is there. And not to mention the fact, you don't think Joe Biden would have dropped it when he was running against Trump?
Right.
For re-election, or Kamala Harris? Like, this is all, they've bastardized the Epstein story to make it all about Trump, which is such, it's infuriating to those of us who actually do care about young girls and have a proven record of it. They can go fuck themselves with this.
They can. Here's my problem that I cannot get past. And I feel like, you know, why won't they release the documents?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's the problem. If there's nothing there, if you're exonerated, why not release them? You know, if we were talking about the Biden administration, we would also be like, release them.
So you want Trump to
Yes.
call for them to be released?
Just do it.
I do too.
Just do it.
Yep, I do too. And there's a reason. Like, they got all of these from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. It's his emails. But we don't have the documents that are at the DOJ.
Right.
And maybe there won't be anything more interesting in there. I don't know. But it's very strange that Trump actually met with Lauren Boebert to try to discourage her.
Right.
Right? Like, at this point, he should just say, let's do it. You know, there's not going to be anything in there. I don't believe there's going to be anything in there that's truly a smoking gun. I think it's bullshit. I think he just finds this stuff annoying, a distraction. And let's face it, I feel like it's no accident the Dems released these yesterday after their humiliation in losing the shutdown standoff. They're like, pivot. Let's talk about Epstein and Trump.
Right. But what's interesting about it is it shows that both sides have their hands dirty. We've got top Obama officials dealing with Epstein. You know what I mean?
I mean, his White House counsel.
His White House counsel is, and again, as you said, well established. The guy was a pedophile. Well established. This guy was disgusting. Anybody who set foot in his townhouse saw those artworks he had, which were all about like young women sort of in sexual. It was all disgusting. I mean, he was just showing you right there who he was. That portrait of Clinton in a dress with the high heels. It makes me wonder if the reason they're just not getting released is because there are far too many people of power implicated in those emails on both sides.
There's one in what was just sent out where this Catherine Rumler, the Obama White House counsel, is ripping on Bill Clinton, suggesting she thinks he's a near psychopath. She says he is very close to being a psychopath. He has no conscience. It's scary, she says about him. This is an exchange she had with Jeffrey. Epstein calls Bill Clinton a liar, saying, my memory, he says, I stopped talking to Clinton when he swore with wholehearted conviction to me that he had done something. He had forgotten that he also swore the exact opposite to me only weeks before.
Who to feel sorry for here? A pedophile upset at the, inability to believe a career lifelong politician with aims for the White House.
Yeah.
Who we all saw in the run up to that White House Lit first bid. I did not lied about Jennifer Flowers. Jennifer Flowers had the tapes. One of my favorite pressers ever. When she stood in front of the world's media with the Star magazine behind her.
Jennifer with a G, just to be clear.
Jennifer with a G. And then I did not have sex with that woman. Right. I mean, we've got them all. Like his greatest hits on tape. So again, if Jeffrey's such a genius, why are we so surprised? We don't know who we're dealing with.
Well, this is another thing that seems to be emerging is that he was very well connected, but not quite as well as he said he was. Yeah. Right? That he was dropping people's names left and right to try to make himself sound important. And he had just enough access that it worked because he did have some powerful friends. And that leads me to Prince Andrew. What do you make of the disclosures about him in here? Because there's one that I could argue as Prince Andrew's lawyer is helpful to Andrew.
Oh, really?
Yes, in that he's saying behind the scenes to Jeffrey, you got to put this story out. Like it's breaking about him with Virginia Giuffre and the arm around. He's like, I had nothing to do with this. You've got to get on top of this. Like, handle this, please. And then you see a lot of comments by Epstein being like, she's a liar. He said something like she had sex with everyone but Elvis, and he's mocking her, listing like her long list of people she was allegedly trafficked to.
Right.
And that's them behind the scenes when it hadn't come out. It's not like a public conversation. It's them behind the scenes kind of rolling their eyes at how absurd she is. And also Andrew being like, could you please get rid of this nonsense? Like, I don't want this. And I had nothing to do with it. Now that could just be cover.
Sure.
Totally.
Sure.
But I was like, if I'm repping Prince Andrew, I'm not opposed to this exchange being released.
But my question would be, why in that email exchange wouldn't Andrew have memorialized his later claim that photo was doctored and he was never even there?
Well, that's the other thing that comes out that's not helpful. The photo's real. Epstein verifies that photo is real, that Andrew's been telling us is a false photo since it hit the public airwaves. It's the one time of year that Birch Gold Group gives away free gold with every qualifying purchase. That's right, for Black Friday, when you convert an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, Birch Gold will send free gold to your home for every $20,000 purchased. Gold started this year around $2,600 an ounce. By October, it was over $4,000 an ounce. Why? Global uncertainty. 2025 has been defined by trade wars. Central banks are pulling from the US dollar as the global reserve currency, and military tension continues to build. Gold thrives in times of uncertainty, and if you are looking to diversify your savings, Birch Gold can help you. Plus, now through November 30th, get free gold with a qualifying purchase. Just text MK to the number 989898 to claim your eligibility and for a free info kit on gold. But your opportunity for free gold with purchase will end on November 30th. So don't wait. Text MK to the number 989898 for full details. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.